Hi, Howard. Welcome to the MBL exhibit. I'm Jeremy Bryan. I run the North American office of MBL, and we are here at the Florida Audio Expo 2024. Had a very good show and a lot of excitement. Our products are unique. We feature the omnidirectional radial Strahler loudspeaker technology, which is unique to the world, and everybody in the room gets to have a nice experience with the omnidirectional radiation pattern. This is our second from the top model. It's $91,000 a pair. Okay. We start at $15,000. All speakers have the same tweeter and mid-range. That's how they're handling bass and the size of the room they can pressurize. That's changing across the MBL models. We're showing our top line 9011 monoblock amplifiers. They're 840 watts per channel, 50 amps of current, and they are $128,000 a pair. Okay. Here at the show, we're showing our first pre-production model of the C41 network player, which is a first from us. He's a full function DAC, can accept LAN or any digital inputs. It's Rune ready.
People at home may see some kind of like lines, but it's reflecting the carpet.
Yeah, it's a lacquer faceplate.
Yeah.
And if you have a digital only system, he has a very sophisticated volume control, so you can connect direct to an amplifier, as we are doing here. So this is we have 3 levels of electronics. This is from our entry level electronics. He's $11,100. Okay. And he is direct connected to the big amplifiers and the big speakers. So he has no problems with resolution or control or anything like that. And then we're working with one of our partners, Greg Barone from United Home Audio. Yeah, so Greg, we're showing his new UHA Ultima Apollo tape deck. It's making its premiere here at the show. And to be purists, this is our reference level preamplifier. So when we play the analog source, we move interconnects to the amplifier from one system to the other. So we're totally segregating digital and analog sources.
Right, and again, the carpet's kind of reflecting in there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, Jeremy, the omnidirectional speaker, it's a different experience than the typical, dynamically driven driver speaker.
Sure.
How would you, I know how I would sum it up, but how would you kind of explain to people what the experience is like?
The experience is we're mimicking how we hear naturally. So we don't talk to each other like this. You hear direct sound, mostly reflected sound. In the concert hall, could be up to 70–80% of the sound you're hearing is reflected energy. So our loudspeakers are working in a similar pattern with radiation and combination of direct sound and reflected energy. So they're putting a very similar tone and pressure evenly distributed around the horizontal plane and also up and down. And it's giving everyone in the room a different blend of the direct sound and the reflected energy. So everybody in the room gets a good experience, different experience. Same as you would in a concert hall. You can move around, live your life, have your party, enjoy your evening. You're not locked into this sort of vice of a sweet spot as you have with conventional type loudspeakers. And this type of listening will not fatigue you.
It makes the dynamically driven driver speaker seem like it's beamed directly at you.
It is.
and here, it's a much more open sound stage. Really has a lot of strengths. When I was listening earlier in the show, there were times both with the instruments being laid out that the scale is just really incredible. The scale is just really immense and very appealing. And then also there were certain moments of the music and also otherwise, like with the lights were down when the crowd was on at that scale, it was some of the most realistic portrayal of a theater. The sounds, the reverb, the hand clapping of the folks, it was uncanny, really.
Yep, so that's our goal.
We're going to talk to Greg and find out about his reel-to-reels.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Howard.
Hi, this is Greg Barone with United Home Audio here at the Florida Audio Expo with MBL. This deck is our new Ultima Apollo. This one takes power from the wall, turns it into DC power, and the only thing inside the deck is DC motors and DC power in the head amp. So it's a complete package. This one, the decks start about 28,000, go up to 90,000. This one's 45. It comes as a package. You can buy the outboard power supply to go with the deck, and then you have a complete isolated system from the wall. It even has a RF and EMI filter right on the inlet. So you're filtering power directly from the wall before you even get started. In here, there are two power supplies. One just runs the motors, VU meters, electronic things associated with the tape transport. The other one just runs the head amps.
So these are not players that you make yourself. You get them and then you work on them, right?
Yeah, basically I chose a Tascam unit that was made in Japan until about 2002, 2003. And the reason being, it had all DC motors in it. So it's much more speed stable, reliable. Additionally, they're not 50 to 60-year-old decks like a lot of the studio decks, that are out there. It's like we're trying to run Formula One here in these high-end systems. And you can't run Formula One with a 57 Chevy. This is not a studio deck, this is an audiophile deck. It's all made to audiophile standards. Even the boards are hyper pure copper with a layer of real gold on the bottom and the top and a ceramic dielectric. So they're certified for use in outer space even. This one has much larger gain stages in it than the typical Ultima decks. But we figured out how to get much larger gain stages and EQ stages in here, and that made a big difference to the sound quality. But also, that required new voltage regulators to be built because the gain stages are thirsty, so you got to keep the juice flowing. They're customizable. This one, as you can see, is black with a kind of a indigo blue effect. I also have these hubs machined for me to kind of match with the black and the indigo. They're customizable depending upon what the person wants. What I have noticed, Howard, to tell you the truth, every time I make a better deck, I hear more on that tape. It's really remarkable because I've been doing this for about 15 years. And every time I build a better deck, I notice, geez, there's more information on that tape. So it's incredible the amount of information actually on the tape. You just got to get it off.
Right. Interesting. All right. Well, thanks for letting us visit, and we're looking forward to playing some music for everybody.
Yep, sounds great. Thanks, Howard.